Welcome to Heather Cooks. I'm going to show you how easy it is to make the best fucking mashed potatoes you've ever had. It's just not Thanksgiving without classic mashed potatoes. I've already peeled about 2 pounds of russet potatoes. You can use Yukon Gold or a combination. Don't stress too much about your potatoes. I go ahead and peel mine. Now, the trick with Thanksgiving is always to make sure that you prep in advance. So you might find yourself peeling potatoes 1 or 2 days before Thanksgiving. But if you do that, make sure that you store your potatoes, your peeled potatoes, in cold water. That way they won't turn brown. I'm making mine right away. So I've already peeled these, and this is my last one. And I've already put my cold water in this pot, and I'm going to bring it to a boil. We're going to boil the potatoes until they get really soft, and then we're going to strain them. And I'll show you how to season them to make the absolute best mashed potatoes you've ever had. So we're going to let this boil for about 15-20 minutes, and we'll check on them to see how done they are. When they're fork tender, they're done and ready to be mashed into the best fucking mashed potatoes. So our potatoes have been boiling for about 30 minutes. I put them in there whole, so it took a while. If you want to speed up that process, chop them up a bit before you start boiling them. So the next step is to put them through a potato ricer. This is a great way to avoid your potatoes getting gummy. This is a nice way for them to maintain their texture but still get nice and mashed. So you can just load up this. If you take your time and let them cook as whole potatoes, then you can just put a whole potato in here and then push it through. But I have lots of chunks. Yeah, these are nice. I recommend getting a potato ricer if you don't have one. It's a really important kitchen tool that will definitely come in handy during Thanksgiving for your mashed potatoes. That's just about it. I got all of them out of there. I'm going to dump out the water, and then I'm going to return the potatoes to the pan. I'm going to melt some butter in it, return them to the pan, and then we'll get these nice and mushed. So we're going to melt about a stick of butter for 2 pounds of mashed potatoes, because you always want your mashed potatoes to be really buttery. And we're going to add these to the pan. And then for every pound of mashed potatoes, we're going to add a cup of heavy cream. Now, the cream and the starch is going to absorb a lot of the salt that we add, so you're going to have to add a lot of salt to this. Be careful when you put the potatoes in with the cream. The pan's already really hot. When it bubbles, it kind of bubbles up like lava. Remove it from the heat. The pan's still really hot, so it'll still, get heated, and the cream will get nice and heated. So we have some really, really creamy mashed potatoes here. This is the best way to cook mashed potatoes. It might seem like a lot of cream, but everyone who tries them is just going to think that they're the best thing they've ever had. But like I said, that cream and the starch in the potatoes is going to absorb a lot of the salt, so add a generous amount. Salt is your friend when you're making mashed potatoes with this much cream in them. And this makes a lot. You might have extra for potato pancakes, so the next day for breakfast. Oh, these look delicious. A little sage for garnish. Happy Thanksgiving.